Welcome to the Weather Center, and let's check on what the weather has in store for your Wednesday. Isolated to scattered thunderstorms are forecast today across the eastern parts of the country. However, it's going to be fairly dry over the northeasternmost parts of Limpopo. Further west, we have this cold front, which is going to give us cloudy and wet weather along the west coast and the southwestern parts of the country. The cold front is going to sweep quickly through our shores, spreading the rainy weather into much of the Eastern Cape by the end of your Wednesday. Cooler afternoon temperatures are forecast across the western half of South Africa. Now we are expecting up to a 60% chance of thunderstorms over the eastern parts of the country wherever you see that dark shade of blue. The lighter shade of blue represents up to a 40% chance of precipitation. The South African Weather Service has issued a watch for gale force winds, which could average between 65 and 74 kilometers per hour between the Storms River and the Port Alfred area. Here's a look at afternoon temperatures. We are expecting cooler temperatures across the western half of the country, with temperatures lying in the lower 20s for Springbok, Cape Town, Sutherland and George. A bit warmer for Port Elizabeth with a high of 23, a warm 26 in East London. It's going to be hot across KwaZulu-Natal. Durban peaking at 30, a sizzling 35 for Richards Bay, the same for Mbombela, a high of 26 for Johannesburg. Pretoria and Polokwane both peak at 28, 32 for the high in Mahikeng, and temperatures in the 30s for Bloemfontein and Kimberley. Here's a look at what the coastal conditions are going to look like this Wednesday. Fairly good beach conditions are forecast around Alexander Bay, but as we go further south along the west coast, we are expecting poor beach conditions thanks to the wet weather forecast over these areas. Wet weather is also going to keep beach conditions unfavorable along the southwest coastline, and we're expecting swell heights to average around 3 meters off the southwest coastline. The winds are going to be rather strong around Cape Agulhas, reaching up to 40 kilometers per hour. Stronger winds are forecast along the south coast, where the winds will average around 50 kilometers per hour for Plettenberg Bay and Muscle Bay, and we're expecting even stronger winds as we go towards Jeffreys Bay and Port Elizabeth. We are also forecasting strong winds this Wednesday for East London, and lighter winds are forecast for Durban and Richards Bay, but wet weather will keep beach conditions unfavorable.
News that moves. eNCA.com.